What's going on, everybody? This is really cool. This is year number 2 of the Black History Month presented by the Stadia Community Network. And I'm happy to be here again. This is a really awesome thing. And I'm happy to be with a bunch of awesome content creators and video game fans. And it's just something that's special. Growing up, I never seen anything like this as far as just being a gamer. And so it was really cool to for us to do this last year. So I want to definitely give a shout out to some people who won't be able to make it. But first and foremost, I got to shout out JD. JD was the guy who thought of this last year. He wanted to do, he asked if there was anybody in the Stadia community that was doing something for Black History Month. Everybody was looking around like, and somebody actually tagged me and said, why don't you ask the SBC? And together I contacted them and we talked about it, and the first one was formed. And so it's fitting that a year later, it's an important subject in American history that we honor Black History Month. So I want to thank JD. I reached out to him. He actually is at church this morning, so he couldn't make it, but he definitely wanted to be here. So I want to first shout him out and thank him for pretty much being the backbone of this thing happening. I want to shout out Rev. Rev wanted to be here as well. He was here last year on the panel, and that was pretty awesome. But he was working this weekend, so he couldn't be here. But I want to shout him out and thank him for all his efforts and his support from last year. And I want to shout out Bippity Bop. He is out of town this week, but he did want to be here. And the schedule just didn't work that we had to do it this weekend. So want to shout him out as well. Another person that's an awesome and fine content creator. And he just wasn't able to make it. I want to also shout out my guy, Charit Man Gaming. He wanted to be a part of this as well. However, he will be doing a stream at 10 p.m. Eastern. So, he's dedicating it to, being, a gamer. Black Gamers, Black History Month. So he will be streaming later on. So make sure you check him out. And then also MM2K, he was going to be here. He was one of the first people to sign up to be a part of this. And last minute yesterday, he contacted me. He had an emergency in the family, so he won't be able to be here. But I believe he's going to try to schedule something for you guys to check out. So that's going to be cool. So with that said, those are the people that wanted to be a part of it and couldn't make it. So I want to thank them. And I want to just bring in some people. I want to bring in one of the youngest content creators that I got a chance to meet. It was cool for me. I was actually a part of his 18th birthday stream. So when he turned 18 years old at midnight, I was one of the people in the chat as he was streaming. Guys, you probably haven't seen him in a while, but he's still making content. You got to check out his channel. By the way, every person I mentioned or all the people that's on the panel, all their channels is actually in the description, so you can check out everybody. But I want to bring in right now my guy who doesn't need an introduction, but if you guys don't know who he is none other than the King Ejimix.
Yo, what's good, guys?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, thanks for bringing me on, man. It's been a long time, man.
Listen, I haven't talked to you since I beat you in Mortal Kombat, I want to say, and
Okay.
and
Okay.
when
Okay.
I wrote you, I was like, I haven't nobody heard from this guy, and you wrote back. I was like, oh, it's the King. So it's pretty cool, man, to have you on here, man. How have you been? What have you been up to? And I went to your channel. I'm like, this dude put content out 10 days ago. He's still active.
Yeah, man.
What's up?
Man, I just been working, streaming, like all the above. Just like I'm in my innovation phase again, where I'm just like pumping out content and working out things.
Right.
So yeah, man, I've been doing my streaming on YouTube, but I've been around streaming on Twitch and all that stuff. So yeah, man, I'm around.
Okay, yeah, I looked. I was like, I'm thinking like, I haven't seen you do content in a while. So I went to your channel. I'm like, oh, let me find out. All right, so we got to talk, man. We gotta get together, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for having
Like
me
the
on,
old
man.
days, man.
Yeah, man.
But thank you for coming on. I'm just gonna pull you out and bring each person in individually and let them get to speak a little bit. So I'll pull you right back in. All right.
Cool.
All right, cool. Then bringing in next, guys. He was also a part of last year's event, which is really cool to have him back. he actually was the very first person that said, sure, I want to be a part of this. I put this out, and he hit me up instantly, said, put me down. So I want to bring up none other than the emperor himself, Collins Dynasty. What's up, man? I am doing great, man. How are you? Yeah, man. So yeah, let's do it. So so what's going on, man? You've been playing everything under the sun, I see. Good stuff. Okay. Right. Well, for a moment you was die hard with my favorite game, Marvel Avengers. And yeah, it was, yeah. And yeah. Yeah. Well, they are gonna announce the new roadmap next month, so we'll hear some stuff. But yeah, man, thank you for being a part of this once again. And you also will be streaming directly when the stream ends, guys. So know you could catch Collins
I was
as soon
muted
as
the
this
whole
thing ends.
time. Oh no. My bad, y'all.
Okay. Oh, I was able to hear you.
Oh yeah, I think it was good in the chat. Anyway, I'm doing good, everybody. We got it.
Well, all right. So that's crazy because I was able to hear you. So I guess maybe they couldn't. All right. Well, anyways, Collins, thank you for joining once again, man. I appreciate it. It's always good to do content with you, man. Matter of fact, you were the very first person that I did the SBC spotlight with. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I
again,
remember
you're groundbreaking, always making history, man.
that. I try my best.
And you do it well. All right, well, I'll bring you right back in. Let's go down the list, guys. Do I even need to introduce this guy? I mean, everyone knows him. I personally give him credit for me kind of getting my little start in the community because I was trying to, phase myself after him. But he is none other than, everybody know him, the heart and soul of the community. He loves everything, whether he's playing Luna, Stadia, GFN. This guy is a true gamer at heart, and he's a true awesome human being. None other than my guy, my brother, Ray, the gaming cyborg.
What's up, y'all? It's the cyborg. What's going
Yeah,
on, man?
man.
Another
Ray.
another event, brother.
Yeah, man, another one, man. We just keep rolling. The year's gonna keep going on, so we might as well, keep going on.
Yeah, man. I'm so happy to see King Ejimix, man. It's like our
Yeah.
little bro. I remember when they started out, and look at them now, man. I
Right.
feel like a proud uncle.
For real.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. It's good to always be on screen with you, man. It's good just to play video games with you.
Yeah.
You truly are somebody that I'm honestly in, outside of the virtual world, man, you and me would be like best friends,
I
man.
know, dude. Like
Yeah.
when I go, you never know, man. When I go visit my mom, you never know. I might be up. I got some people up in New York, New Jersey
Yeah.
area.
Yeah,
So you never
we
know.
might have to make a halfway point or something, man.
Dude,
'Cause,
that'd be
yeah.
awesome.
And my son is actually tomorrow leaving for vacation, and he's going to California.
What
Yeah,
part?
him and his girlfriend and his friend, they're staying for a week in Cali. I don't know what part. I gotta ask him, but
Gotcha.
yeah, that's cool, man. He's gonna be in California. I
Awesome.
never got the chance to go there. But
Awesome.
all right, Ray, I'll bring you back in real quick. Thank you. Guys, this is a guy that is pretty cool for me, man. So a lot of these guys I've known for a while, but this guy is the newest person that I've met in the community. And he also does every type of content, but it's pretty cool that we met because of Stadia as well. But man, this guy, I met him, and instantly everybody loved this guy, right? Everybody's like, dude, I want to work with him. I want him to join our movie things. I want him to join our gaming stuff. He's joins my wrestling podcast. This guy is a guy you guys need to look out for. His content is great. He's a really calm, cool guy. And I'm happy to have met him and known him and just see where things go. And I'm happy to have him to be a part of this as well. And it's none other than Main Games.
Man, thank you for that introduction, man. Thank you so much. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Main. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I heard your son's coming out here. That's
yeah,
dope,
it's coming
man.
out your way, man. I gotta ask him and let you guys know.
That's dope, man. But thank you for having me, man. It's an honor to be here, and I'm very happy to be here and be doing this. Thank you for the invitation again, and this is gonna be good, man.
Well,
I'm
man, I
happy.
always say this, man, and I tell you this behind the scenes. I can say it live. Every piece of content I ever did, and I had you on, you bring value to it, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
You're
that.
from your personality, your takes. You bring a lot of value with your presence.
Thank you.
So I appreciate you
Thank
being
you.
a part of this.
I appreciate the opportunity. It's something that like I was saying before we went live, is that I didn't think that I would be doing what I'm doing right now even 6-7 months ago. So the fact that all of these things are starting to happen and transpire, I've been able to meet people like yourself, and all of the things that I've done, and even some of the comments that I heard Ray say behind the scenes. We've never really had an exchange like that, and to hear the things that he said as soon as I got in here, it's pretty cool, man, and very humbling for me, man. So
That's
thank
cool,
you.
man. Well, you're very welcome, and thank you for being a part of this. I'll bring you back
Absolutely.
on in a couple of minutes.
All right, man.
Guys, when you think of the word chill, right? If you look the word chill up in the dictionary, I guarantee, okay, that's probably not gonna happen. But if you look through in a virtual reality world, right, where everybody knows everybody, if you look the word chill up, there's gonna be one guy that his presence, man, I feel like could calm down a riot. If you have some people going crazy, this guy will walk out and just say, guys, settle down. And everybody's gonna be like, you know what, let's put the pitchforks and the knives and the flames down because he said so. So I'm bringing in none other at this time, guys, that the chillest guy that I know, none other than my guy and your guy, Squids.
Hey yo,
What's
hey, it's
up,
Squids with three
Squids?
Z's. I come in peace.
Yeah, man.
How you doing,
How are
man?
you doing today, man?
Big chilling. It's my Saturday. I was played a little bit of Destiny. I woke up, slept in a little bit, so I could, get that stream stamina going. So then
Right.
for later. But man, I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm excited to have you, Squids, but I've been seeing you a lot. You've been doing your daily morning thing or afternoon for me, and it's been cool because when I'm at work, I could listen, but I can't really watch. So I've just been, you and me been chopping it up all week. I'm just like, I'm listening to my boy Squid as I'm working. So it's been cool, man.
Oh yeah, man. That's that's the whole goal of that show, and it's just been nice, to have the opportunity to be there for you and for among
Yeah.
other people too, to help them out through the day, get the morning started, because that's usually the hardest part of the day. So,
Right.
yep, just glad to do that.
All right. Well, listen, man, I'll bring you back in a few minutes. So thank you for joining once again.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So last person coming up on the list is a guy that I've known for maybe only 4 months now, but we have grown to be like brothers. We argue all the time. We laugh and joke. He's pretty cool, man. And I'm just, when I get around him, I could be extra silly, and I just love pushing his buttons and see how far I can make him go. But he's a guy that wanted to be a part of this, and it's good to have him on here as well. So I'm gonna bring up none other than my guy, Suave Polo. The climax is in the building.
What's going on with y'all, man?
What's up, man?
Nothing, Dad. Y'all get to finally see full body me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, look. Oh, you must be working out. All right, cool.
Nah, bro, this is like my regular statue, so calm down.
All right, fair enough.
All right, then.
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
All right, cool. Well, look, man, I'm happy to have you here to be a part of this, and let's get this thing started. So now that the climax is in the building,
before we do that,
okay.
Hey, shout out to Wingstar. Check that man out. You know what I'm saying? Hit him up on the gear day. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Definitely,
So,
yeah, man.
Shout out to Wingstar, bro.
Yeah, I might have to hit him up, but my wife would be upset. So she said today, why don't you put on your Now Your Mama Knows shirt? I was like, I don't want to put that on today. And I was thinking like, my man Winstar makes shirts, but my wife bought me or created a shirt for me a year ago. So I'm like,
yeah,
I can't get him to make me a shirt.
You already got your shirt, bro. Like, I mean, support Wingstar, but
Yeah, I know. I don't want my wife to kill me though. Anyway, so let me bring everybody in. Let's do this thing. So bringing in the King, Ejimix, the Emperor Collins Dynasty, the Gaming Cyborg Ray, none other than Main Games Squids. Man, we are packed, fellas.
Squid, boy. I ain't know we was that big,
So what's up with everybody, man?
Gaming.
Yeah, so first let's let me go to the chat, right? We can't forget the chat, all the good people that showed up. So Mr. Josh Waring's in the building, Michael Penn is in the building. Ray, only a gaming cyborg could be in two places at one time. Windstar is in the building. Chariot Man's in the building. As we know, he'll be doing some stuff later on today. None other than our favorite troll, Jeff. Crow Resin. Collins also. Oh man, thank you guys for showing up. And so what I want to get into real quick is let's get the negative out the way, because it is an interesting talk to be had. Oh, Stadia Pro Gaming. All right. I just shot all the way down.
Duncan came in here too.
Oh, Duncan came in here too. Where's my guy at, man? That's my I'm Batman and he's the Joker, man. Oh, Zero Games is in the building as well. Let me catch Junkin so I can throw him up. All right, well, it's a lot of listen, he was in here, all right?
Yeah, Spectre, Duncan, SPG.
Yeah, I seen SPG.
Yeah.
Man, thank you guys all for coming. Okay, Bruce Campbell in the building. I seen you said, oh, there you go. There go my guy. 1, 2. All right, there you go. And the boss, Spectre. Shout out to Spectre, man. He's the guy that made all this thing possible with his vision of bringing together a group of people doing content Stadia creators. So anyway, guys, let's just get this out the way, right? What I want to bring up is, and we talked about this last year, but it's cool to have some different people on here. Let's discuss this, right? So if you have a story or if you want to comment on this, but what are some issues you faced being black and a gamer, right? So, playing video games online and, you hearing crazy stuff or whatever. I think it's interesting just to touch the topic. I have funny stories. I'll go first to break the ice. Me personally, because I'm a character, I've had the traditional N-word or whatever, right? But I'm a silly individual, so I laugh it off, and then I just start going into joking, and we're playing games, so I would have the you suck at a game or blah blah blah, and the occasional blah blah blah, and this haven't happened in many years, but I embrace stuff like that, but just being me and kind of trolling them back. I'm like, oh really? And then once I start winning, I'm going, oh, what you say? So that's just kind of me and my personality. It never bent me out of shape that much, probably because I haven't had it happen so many times in the past. But when I did, I'm just kind of on the offense and like, oh, really? And I kind of, go on and on and on until I make that person feel stupid about saying it. But that's kind of like my little way of handling stuff like that happened in the past. But I haven't had much exposure to issues being, being black as a gamer. Anybody else want to jump in there as far as you want to elaborate on that if you got a story or?
I mean, I played Red Dead Redemption 2 one time, and I had a group of guys invite me to play, and then I got lassoed and tied up, and they started seeing the N-word and stuff like that. And when you just see ignorant like that, stuff like that, you just get out the game. It's easy, just get on out and go somewhere else and play. But and then my son, when I hear my son playing Fortnite, I'll hear somebody, older kids say stuff like that, and I'll probably hop on like, hey, shut your mouth. I'll come in there and snatch your ass up or something like that. But just like I teach my son, there's good people and there's evil people and there's ignorant. And you just got to be the person that I taught you to be, person that my dad taught me to be, and just go forward,
That's what's up, man.
About it.
I feel like it's never worth feeding off the energy of someone who's behind the screen. It doesn't make any sense, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I mean, like back in my Call of Duty days, like you know, you always ended up in a room.
Oh, I had to.
Full of ignorance. So I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, hard to ignore.
I think for me, mine started probably like in a 360 era, because I played Gears of War, Halo, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, all those, and we were in a group. So it was me and my other buddies, and we would team up and do strats and everything. So for me, I got called the N-word all the time, but it was more out of frustration because this N-word was putting in work. So it was like, you know, like that. And afterwards, either they would have nothing to say after we would go back to the lobby. And, you know, I would say, you know, what was you saying? You know, did you say you just got killed by this N-word? Like, y'all would say, you know, all stuff like that to just get them to, like you said, Cowboy, just to kind of like eat their words a little bit. And what I will say is that over time, it helped me develop tough skin. And it helped me realize that, you know, these things are going to happen, not just in game, but outside in real life as well. And it all depends on how you handle these situations. You could either react, right, or you can respond. And I chose to respond rather than react. And it's kind of also died down tremendously. I haven't come across that at all. And even my kids don't really deal with it that much. But it's something it's a lesson that I take to heart, and I stuck with me to this day.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. But yeah, that's cool. What about you, King Ejimix?
Man, I'll be honest. When I was younger, man, I was all the types of games I was playing by myself, man. Like when I got older, like I started playing online. But like, I guess my experience is more so like more recently when I'm like playing like games on like, let's just say Valorant, whatever it is. Like I'll experience things like that where like I got other people, like I'm just like May was talking, like, yo, putting in work, yo, killing the game, yo, like, and then they get mad, and then you know, they can, I guess, I feel like this is a conversation that comes up kind of few and far between, but like I guess they can tell I'm black just because of my you know, dialect or how I speak sometimes. So like they can tell, and then they'll just like try to rip into me. I'm like, bro, like I'm killing it right now, dog. Like you're not really hurting me right now. So it's like, you know, I just like I react the same. I just like, you know, I don't like put too much stock into it, and if it just gets so annoying, like, you know, I like, you know, just at that point, I'll just report them and just keep playing. I don't really care too much. I just keep them moving, because at the end of the day, like one of my favorite quotes of all time, never forget, my 7th grade engineering teacher. He said something that just stuck with me throughout. It's gonna stick with me throughout the entirety of my life. Common sense is not that common, right? And stupid is a disease. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like it's just like people, like, you know, they're ignorant. You know, it's like people can be either really smart or really ignorant, and you're gonna come across more ignorant people than you're gonna come across intelligent and, you know, even down to just being decent human beings. It's just a fact of life. That's how you're gonna go through life. So, for me, it's just like, you know, just keep it moving, keep it pushing. At the end of the day,
that's real. What about you, Suave?
Man, shoot, I think that First, I want to draw some history, man. So this whole thing, Black History, man, this thing started in 1926, you know, by a man, Carter R. Wilson. So he wanted to invent something, and really it was only for a week, you know, the second week of February. So technically, Black History is like Black History Week for the second week of February. And, you know, it's been a long time coming. I'm glad that we are able to do so many things that we can do now as Black people. So I'm grateful for that. And I do apologize for the history lesson, man. But you know,
that's good, man. That's good stuff.
Said it right.
Unneeded.
But yeah, man. I think my experience was when I used to play DC Online Universe, and this is like when I first got back into gaming on PS3. And I used to kill, and it seems like you only really get that when you're destroying, like when you're at your best. You know what I'm saying? Then the ego and all that stuff comes out, and people express themselves. I think that for the most part, I don't think a lot of people are just racist out there just to be racist, not like it used to be. I do think that when you have a up on them, like you're doing well at a game, and we're talking about gaming, they use that N-word to get a rise out of you because they have nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They have nothing else. So they have to use the N-word because they know or they feel like it's going to get a rise out of you. In that situation, I just, you put on the rematch button so they can click it again and get your tail whooped again. So I don't even entertain it, man, because like my man Colin said, and Colin's nice to meet you, bro, face to face. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Collins, bro.
Colin's dope.
I really feel like that when you don't entertain it, then it kind of lose its whole value. It really don't do anything. You can't rough them up. You can't do anything in person. A lot of these guys, I call them cyber bullies. A lot of them are cyber bullies, and when you see them in person, they're really not gonna do anything. They're like, oh, okay, I didn't think you looked like that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. They don't have a backbone to really express themselves in a face-to-face contact situation. They're just talking, and talk is cheap. We all know that. We all grown on here. Talk is real cheap. So with that talking, man, my advice to anyone that's watching this video, that's even if you're a minority, period, or you have some kind of racist stuff come at you while you're playing a video, just ignore it. Don't even entertain it. You'll get them best with that. You can easily do what Ray said and just leave the game, or just not acknowledge it at all. That's my piece on it.
Now, I did trick somebody one time. I was talking like I was white, and then towards the end, he's like, "Hey man, you got a webcam?" I said, "Yeah, I got a webcam." "Oh, here, let me turn it on." You black. And then I gave him the two birds, and then I cut my camera off. So, he was just talking smack, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. And then you black. I got him good.
It's almost like that Dave Chappelle episode.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you, Squids. What about you? Any stories? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with it a lot because I kind of go through a lot of different competitive games, right? And between Super Smash Bros, Counter-Strike, a few other old ones, but I don't know, Battlefield or even WoW, all those games, every game actually. But it's just, I use that as fuel. I just, whenever they say something like that or whatever, go all sideways, I'm just like, all right, then it looks like you're getting the extra hands today. And then I just go ham on them. And then I usually see them leave the lobby or something. I don't know. I make people leave the game sometimes whenever you don't want to piss off the squid.
Hey, Squid's making change religion, boy.
That man said, don't let these extra tentacles come out, dog. Don't let these extra tentacles come out.
Right. You don't want these hands.
This 3Z stands for putting you to sleep, boy.
Right, exactly.
Yo, Squid's so nice, yo. Wait, I can't picture Squid's being mad.
Exactly. You don't want to.
It's the nice quiet ones you better watch out for, man. They can put that switch like that.
Oh man.
For real.
So what about you guys? One of the things that brought us all together was cloud gaming and Stadia. We all kind of met each other through a Stadia community. What are you guys? Let's just talk some gaming a little bit. What are you guys looking forward to? And this could be any game on any platform. So the thing is, I wanted to say was that obviously I don't want to limit this to Stadia, right? Because we play other stuff, right? But it's cool that Stadia literally was what brought me to all of you guys. I met all of you guys because of Stadia, right? So Stadia was the gateway to open this whole thing up. So we definitely got to give Stadia its due, right? But we're still gamers and we still love other stuff as well, right? So I don't want anybody to think we're only going to talk about Stadia and leave everything off the table. It was just a gateway, but we're here now, So what is everybody's most anticipated game coming up of 2020, I guess 2022? Sorry.
WWE.
Go ahead.
We already know what Suave was.
You already know.
Yeah,
you already know.
I'm a huge wrestling fan. I love WWE. I love AEW. I even watch all the indies, but I've been waiting
Okay.
for a really good wrestling game, and I hope, man, that it comes to the cloud. But if it don't, I pretty much got all the platforms.
Right.
I don't discriminate. I'm a gamer. I love everything. But I've been wanting to play. I mean, it's been 2 years since we had
Years,
the
bro.
last one.
2 years.
Yes,
So
sir.
I want some, and I've been watching. Cowboy sent me some videos. I sent him some
Yeah.
videos. This game looks amazing, folks. And back in the day when I used to play Nintendo 64 and I used to play No Mercy, and then you had the SmackDown versus Raw games.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Those was my games. And so I'm really want a good wrestling game so I can create the sideboard and slap the cowboy around in the steel cage. That's what I'm
Man,
looking for.
I'm just
That's
gonna
what I'm
say
looking
we
for.
did play on WWE Battlegrounds, and I kind of won, but I mean that's not a
Oh.
proper wrestling game,
Nah,
so
man,
yeah,
that was arcade. But
yeah, that
that's
don't
what
even
I'm looking
count,
for.
man. Yeah, that's a good shout out though. Man. I personally am looking for Death Carnival. I hope it comes this year because I know Herbert or Ice B. Every time I go into their Discord, they're adding new stuff, and they're so excited, like like literally new stuff that was never in the game. So I know that always pushed things back. And from talking to him, I think on schedule, he never said the timeline, but it sounded like it's probably going to be September. Now, this was before they added new stuff. So I'm hoping that does make it this year. But learning video games is best they take their time. So I do want to play Dawn of the Monsters. I'm a big Godzilla fan. I'm a big Kaiju fan, Pacific Rim, Gamera, you name it, right? So, and the fact that it's versus, I love competitive stuff. So I think a lot of people in the Stadia community might buy that, and it'd be fun just to play with that. And also, I got a second Suave, even though he didn't say it yet. But I'm looking forward to World War Z. I played it like 2 years ago. And when I got into Stadia, I was like, man, this would be a good game because, as you know, Stadia is kind of like the community type. Like, if you play a multiplayer game, people are like, oh, you playing that? You playing that? You playing that? And we always look for other people to play. And I think that's going to be a really good multiplayer game. But I'm like you too, Ray. Definitely the wrestling. March 11th, that game comes out. So,
Yep.
What about you, man? Anything what's your most anticipated game this year?
Honestly, there's not much that I'm too excited for. I kind of got my game, and I don't know if you guys heard of Seafood, but that game,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah, man.
what?
It's
That's
solid.
like next
What
level
platform
for me.
you
That
play?
game
What
is so
platform
fun.
you playing it on?
I'm playing it on PC. Like,
PC, okay.
that game, Seafood is just that's the game for me. But other than that, I think Elden Ring might be cool.
Yeah.
I think it might be cool. I'm pretty hyped to see how that turns out. I'm probably gonna get it. And then this one other game. I saw that I think it was at like one of the game awards.
Mm-hmm.
It's the quirkiest game that you ever see. It's probably a game that you would have never expected that I'd be curious about. But graphically, it's so like fantastical and like it just looks really good. It's called Dokev, and it's like this anime game, like kind of Korean type game. And it's like these, and it's weird because it looks like it's a whole bunch of kids, but like they have like these dinosaurs and like creatures are summoning and like giant thunder hammers and like, but graphically this game looks amazing. So I'm like,
my daughter.
I'm really curious about how we.
I gotta look that up.
Is that from Pearl Abyss? People who made Black Desert Online?
Yeah, Pearl Abyss. Yeah.
Okay.
That
What
game
is it
looks
called?
so interesting. It's called Dokev.
How do you spell that?
It's like
Dokev and then V. Yeah.
It looks really interesting. It's like graphically, it's super beautiful, but it's so weird.
At first, I thought you were going to say Doki Doki, and I was like,
no, I played that. No. I played that one. That was an experience.
Oh, it does look pretty cool, man. I like that.
Yeah. But other than that,
it looks good. That looks really good.
I'm trying to find a quick trailer. Every trailer is like 5 minutes long or something.
Yeah, that trailer surprised me, man. Like that thing, I'm telling you, it's the quirkiest game ever, but it's like it looks so good. Like graphically, it's amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
What about you, Collins? You were gonna say something, man. I didn't want to.
No, you're good, man.
Go for it, man.
God of War Ragnarok all day.
Whoa. Hey, Ray, how we leave that out?
I know. Dude, honestly, there is a lot of games, man. There is a lot of games.
And I'll piggyback on what Stadia Pro said, like Baldur's Gate 3, but I don't think it's coming out this year.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be early 2023.
2023.
But I mean, that's the reason, like the number one reason I like got Stadia, it was because of Baldur's Gate 3. Like as soon as they're like, it's
paid
gonna
my
be on it, I was
$60.
like, yes.
I paid my $60, man, and I mean I play it. I like it. I know they added the Barbarians, so you can now play as the Barbarian. So I might jump back in it with Stadia Pro.
Yeah, I still play that every now and then.
Yeah,
But
I got
I'm
it.
pretty hooked on Extraction right now. So and Horizon, I like as soon as I finish all this, I'm playing that for the rest of the day. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's all.
All right, see you, Colin.
You guys want me to put up the Doke KV trailer? You guys want to see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
All right,
I'm
cool.
telling you, it's quirky. It's gonna be weird, but you're gonna.
Hey man, there's some cool, quirky looking stuff.
Oh
man.
yeah. I love Katamari Damacy, and that's a quirky game too.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Before I do that, let me just say thanks to my guy Chris Game Over Cakes for the $5 donation. I appreciate it.
Much respect, man.
Oh man, definitely, man. I'm not gonna get too much into Cowboy stuff today, but I appreciate it, man.
Try Heave Ho on Luna. Heave Ho.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me...
Okay, I'll check that out too.
That's what I was doing last night. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, the tentacles. The tentacles.
Hey yo. Hey yo.
Well, you know what's crazy? I never knew it would split the screen like this. This is new.
You know what? I was getting ready to say I've never seen it do that. That is dope. That's dope.
That is cool.
Pretty dope.
Let's see.
This program is really dope. I'm really glad I took
Oh,
advantage of that
Melon.
one.
Yeah, I gotta give it credit.
I like.
Oh, go ahead. No,
He's like,
finish saying
no
what you gonna
Cowboy
say?
shout out. You gotta do it for the man. He wants a refund.
I've seen trailers of this, and I thought this is what you were talking about. This looks awesome. Yeah.
You know me. I need to see gameplay. Let me get some game. Oh, that's his gameplay.
Yeah, that's
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It has like a Pokemon feel, right?
Yeah.
Look at the background on that,
Man, Black Desert can make some games, man. Especially presentation-wise.
And you know what I'm learning, man, is that it's graphics is great, but gameplay is what trumps everything.
Right.
Because
the K-pop thing going too?
Like, is this a skating game or what?
Oh, I got these robots.
Longboard game?
Kind of reminds me of Guild. Well, this video is pretty long, so
yeah, it's kind of long. It's
it's crazy. I couldn't find any videos that was short. Like everything is 3+ minutes or more. I want to say this though, guys. What do you think about as far as gaming? I've learned. I think Stadia helped me do this because I'm not gonna lie. I was the graphics guy. Like I needed everything to pop out my TV. And when I got with Stadia, Stadia's a newer platform. They don't get all the the latest and greatest stuff, right? So I end up getting into games that I typically would mess with people. You remember, if you guys remember in the beginning of us all knowing each other, and Ray's gonna say, yeah. What I used to always say, Ray, that's a kid's game. That's a kid's game. Now you see me playing Fast and the Furious.
That's a kid's game now.
Me playing like stuff. You're like, bro, I thought that was a kid's game. But I've realized that graphics is great. But man, there's some really cool little kids looking games that's really fun, man. So what are you guys are you still more of a graphic person? Like, does your game have to be graphic heavy, or are you okay with gameplay being your main focus?
So back to the question, like anticipated games to come out. I ain't hear Squid's answer or Collins, man. Collins tried to say his thing.
Oh, my bad.
And then Suave didn't even get a chance. And then second of all, live stream on something like this. I like StreamYard. It's still, I feel like StreamYard is still better than Melon. Third thing, I forgot the third thing because y'all started jumping off and everything. And I was like, oh yeah, Horizon. Hey, so Colin, Horizon, the game you gonna play today, it's on Stadia?
Oh no, you asked me that in the video.
I did.
It's a PlayStation original, so it's an exclusive on PlayStation.
Oh, okay. What's your anticipated game? Because Cowboy is so rude. What's going on?
See Cowboy.
It's all good, man.
I was just saying, like after this, I was gonna play it like after we're done
Oh.
with my stream and this stream and all that other stuff. I'm gonna literally just play that game for the rest of the day.
I apologize for being rude, but I don't like when people are rude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Squiz, did you get to say your anticipated game?
No, I didn't.
Okay, what's your anticipated game, Squiz? Because we would like to know.
Let's see. For me, it's probably this one's already coming. We already know. The Witch Queen. I'm excited about that. The new Destiny.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you guys didn't know, the new weapon that it comes out with, the glaive. That thing is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So
You're looking forward
I'm
to
excited about that.
That's cool, man.
And other anticipation, I don't know, maybe like just always wishing every day Monster Hunter on the Stadia. Just gonna manifest that. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen
Rise
one
of
day.
World.
Yeah, there was a rumor about Monster Hunter.
It'd probably be Rise, but I was thinking there's gonna be like a newer one that might be, but probably Rise if it were to, just because it's already on PC and it's a lot lighter than World. World is kind of heavy. There's a lot of stuff in that one.
That's true.
Especially with Iceborne now on there on top of it, so it's like a whole nother loop of game.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
But yep.
Nice. Also, let me say this too, guys. It's a bunch of us on here. We're all going to be talking. If I skip something or miss something, apologize. So somebody else bring it up. Plus, when I emailed everybody, I did say if you guys got questions or you got topics, throw it in there as well. So I just want this to be our thing. This isn't a my thing. So Suave, thanks for being so mean and letting me know that
I don't mind being the bad guy, bro. And
yeah, you're gonna be the bad guy today. I'm not being the bad guy today. I don't want that on me today.
Hey, I didn't get your email. I'm checking my notification now. I didn't get your email on that request.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Did
really.
you get emails? I didn't know about the email either.
Okay, well, I didn't email anybody, but
I mean, that's two people. Oh, okay, then. Okay, then.
DM.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
DM.
no.
This
What
guy
is
tried
happening?
to put me on blast, boy. Oh my goodness. So Black History Month and gaming. Dude,
Lost Ark. I see a lot of Lost Ark.
Yeah, I'm playing that right
Yeah,
now.
Lost Ark.
Yeah,
That's
man.
pretty
Lost
dope.
Ark is super solid.
For
Yeah.
I'm
free.
tempted.
For free. Can't beat
Yeah,
that.
and the thing is that people, I mean, for you, Collins, like for people who aren't initiated, know about it. It's been out for several years, and the cool thing about this game is that even though it's free to play, it's coming out with like 3 years of content that everybody else has been able to play up until now. So it's that
a big
amount of
one.
content. Plus, like you get a ship that you can sell to. Like they have themed islands. I went to an island that has a nightclub, and I'm thinking, okay, what are we gonna do here, right? So I walk up to the club. Real quick story. So I promise you. I walk up, I start dancing, emoting. Other people started pulling up, like other players. We're all dancing. And then it says co-op event getting started soon. And I'm like, what is a co-op event? So after the timer goes down, it says go up and put on some music for people to dance to. So I went up next to the DJ booth, put on a song. It said, okay, the co-op quest is 15 people have to dance emote with you in order to complete the quest. So we all danced for like 2 minutes and
That's
emotes.
nice.
All these people just came in. And after that, what they did was they said, co-op mission complete, and then it shows like a cutscene of all in-game avatars dancing in real time, moving around the camera and everything, while other people are walking into the club. It was just for that purpose, and every single island has its own kind of quest system and thing like that. It's super.
This
dope.
is the Amazon game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They
Yeah,
just
that's
brought
great.
it to the Western world, I believe, Amazon.
Oh,
But it's
so
a Korean
Amazon
game.
already. I just thought they
Yeah.
just recently started developing games. Wow.
See that game sounds so dangerous to me because I told
Yeah, it
myself
is.
I would never play MMOs ever again
It
because I
is.
just don't have the
I'm
time.
telling you
Yeah.
now.
And that
dangerous.
your
I can't.
explanation
I
right
spent
there
too much
That's
actually.
just
time.
one island, man. That's they
Too
can
much
expand
time
the
on
island.
You would
WoW
make a
or
good
on
cowboy
Diablo.
gunner. You would make a
Oh,
good
yeah?
gunner.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You'd be a good
Oh
gunner.
yeah.
It sounds cool. I'll say this about Lost Ark. When I seen E3, I wasn't impressed, but I was only impressed by 2 games. So everything I seen, I was like, looks cool. I said, but man, it was these 2 games that look cool. The top game was Elden Ring. I was like, some game named Elden Ring, and some other game Amazon makes it. It's got some dragons, and it was actually Lost Ark. So from hindsight, it looked like a game that I was like, whoa. So it does look cool. I was actually watching videos on it the other day. They got the Diablo style to it.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it dangerous
Yeah.
too, is that it's
What
very
Chano
it's
said.
easy to bring people in. People are like, oh, well, I don't like the way most MMOs look, but the way that they change to isometric camera and it has an ARPG feel to it, it kind of makes it easy for you to digest and get into, which makes it, my Colin said, even more dangerous.
It's like hack and slash. What about X Defiant? We haven't heard about that in a while, but Sean said
I think
X
that might be
Defiant.
next year. I think just because I haven't really heard anything about it, and usually with the Ubisoft stuff, you hear about it and then it comes out.
They got Heartland coming before that.
Yeah, Heartland too. Yeah, I think that's going to be before that, and then they're going to put Division 2 before all that. So Division 2 is going to be coming out with the season 2, like I think March or April this year, something like that. They're going to be doing that first before Heartland. So it's probably like, you know, Division 2, Heartland, then
X Defiant.
I got to play Heartland. You guys gonna love it.
Nice.
Oh.
It sounds interesting, like PvE, PvP, and stuff like that, right? Like you guys could be together on teams, but then there's the computer characters you got to fight, but then there's human characters coming as well, right?
I think it seems like they just brought the Division 1 Dark Zones back. That's what it sounds like to me.
It kind of the survival stuff too, I think. Like I don't know if there's going to be heat or hunger stuff, but that's how they had it in the first one.
Right.
Yeah. Man, Ubisoft is bringing the
vet game
big time.
Yeah, vet
or
a
Splinter Cell game. I'm thinking maybe that's one of my super secret ones. I'm thinking of that might come to Stadia. Splinter Cell, just because Ubisoft.
I just want a remake of Splinter Cell 3. That's all.
Yeah, like a remaster, I think, of the first one or something, or even a remaster of
they got to bring
Chaos 3.
Sam Fisher.
Sam Fisher's my dude.
You guys heard about the 2 Ubisoft games? They're 2 Assassin's Creed. They're making 2 Assassin's Creed. I thought they was just doing Infinity, but that's interesting.
I still need to finish Assassin's Creed Oranges.
Oranges?
Like, what's that?
Unpopular opinion by me. I am just so over Assassin's Creed.
Me too, man.
I am as sad. I played since the Assassin's Creed 1. Like I loved Assassin's Creed 1, 2.
Yeah.
3 I kind of fell off a little bit, and then I was kind of done.
I stopped after 3. I played 1. And here's the funniest reason for me not to be in Assassin's Creed, right? The games are too big. I remember I beat 1, I beat 2, and when 3 was coming out,
let me show you some JRPGs.
They was like, the smallest city is bigger than the largest city in part 2. I was like, bro, this horse ain't that fast. And I was just like, you know what? I played and beat it. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm like off this action. I know it's just a silly reason, but I was just like, it's just too much. Like, you know, when games are long, this game is long just because it take you long to get somewhere. Yeah.
My number one gripe with Assassins was their story, because I really, really liked their story.
In the beginning.
First 2, like the whole like futuristic back and forth to the past, the purpose, it was awesome. And then they
too much.
Exactly. And they were just like, they're gonna like,
then we do Renaissance, then we do this time, then we do that time.
You're just gonna be an assassin and you don't care.
I will say this I love the Assassin's Creed franchise, but I do believe it is becoming dated. The thing that I will say is that while I do like the narrative-driven aspects of the first iteration of the game, the first game, I will say that I preferred the new. I'm an RPG guy, so I do prefer like the new RPG elements that they've been implementing. But I will say that I have oranges. I'm sorry, Squiz, oranges. I got oranges. I got Valhalla, and I have Odyssey. And while I like the gameplay, I have noticed that I've kind of like tuned out of those a lot sooner than I would have the more focused and driven earlier games. So I do feel like it could be time to step away for a little bit, like a little bit longer for anything, and focus on other projects.
I think what Vet is talking about, I seen like I don't know if it's a rumor or something, but I think they said they're going to do like a spin-off where they're going to make it more closed in. I think they're probably realizing that. So that's one thing. And then honestly, I lost touch of Assassin's Creed, but did you guys see the DLC coming for Ragnarok where you're a god? Now you can turn to a bird and fly around. You're like, you got superpowers. And Ray, you already know me, right? If you make a third-person game with superpowers, But dude, I
just play WoW. No, just kidding. You become a druid. Do all that shit. No, just... I've done it. I've been there. Cool. No, but no, I'm just kidding. But real talk. I hate to be that person, but you know what I mean. Like with like the Ubisoft formula, like you could kind of see it in like their games. Like you have the same like, it's like the hideout cutout, right? Like you got the captain, the lieutenant, right? You got to take out those guys, and then the grunts. It's pretty much the same in like each game, but a different like version of it. So I don't know if they're straying away from that. You know what I mean? Because you can look at it like that with the the Far Cry games, how they have the the different places you go to fight, and then same with the other Assassin's Creed, you go to each different place to kill the captains, and then even in Ghost Recon, it even has that too. Like Ghost Recon, you go, take out the wolf captain at the camp.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It's like,
that's true.
I don't know. They all kind of have that same like formula. So it's, I don't know, interesting to see if they kind of keep that or they kind of like stray away from it. But
I think you might see more of it since they're trying to go live action with everything.
Yeah. Even with like, you could look at, I forgot, even Division 2. Division 2 has that as well. Like you go and you know.
I love the Division. Only reason I haven't played it on Stadia is because I played it on PlayStation 4 and I refuse to make another character.
Oh
max out.
I get that.
Let me ask you guys this. So I'm reading the chat, right? And so if you guys got stuff in the chat, and everybody on the panel, if you see anything in the chat and you want to discuss it, be like, oh, let's get to that. But so in the fashion of gaming, we're talking about Ubisoft and we're talking about Stadia. Monk said, speaking of Ubisoft, Google needs to buy Ubisoft. Do you guys, what do you got? That article came out, Business Insider. People start saying everything should buy stuff because of the Microsoft buying stuff and Sony buying Bungie. So what do you guys think? Is there a company? I just wanted to throw a topic out there for you. Is there a company, thanks to Monk as well, that you think will be a good fit to be under Stadia's brand? Is that a thing or?
Nah.
I'll kind of go first with that. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, DJ. Yeah.
Who's talking?
You.
Oh, okay. Like I'm at that point with Stadia where like I feel like, I personally I wouldn't trust just because of the track record and how things have been going. I don't trust Stadia with like anything right now, to be honest. Like, and this is bigger than just Stadia. It's for like all like platforms. Like I see like Microsoft, they bought what was it, Bethesda, and then of course we heard like the PlayStation deal. Like this is good, but I think at the same time it's almost as if like things aren't really going to change. At most, if they do it how PlayStation did it, they're just throwing money at them, and then they're just having a directive control, like ultimately over like what they make, right? Because like I think it was who was it, Bungie? Like they're not changing anything with Bungie. Destiny's still going to be on every platform. They're not doing anything. They just bought the company, and I almost feel like I made a whole video about this whole Bungie thing. It almost feels like it's just in response to Microsoft. I feel like just because Microsoft bought Bethesda, they had to, if you think about it. Like Microsoft doesn't have any like, at least today, doesn't have any like games in comparison. So it's just like, I guess PlayStation is a big comparison to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna get an Xbox for this game. Like Halo is cool, but Halo's not gonna carry Xbox forever. They had to make that deal, right? PlayStation, I think, bought Bungie in response to that, just because, not because they really had to. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just because the studios are like, or these companies are like buying other platforms or developers, it's like they shouldn't be like, it shouldn't be a wide scale thing. Like Stadia shouldn't do that in response. Like, nah, it's like they just need to figure out their lane first, if anything.
Right. Well, Eve, you know what I think it is though? I think it's the future, and I think what Game Pass is showing us is that there are a lot of gamers that like subscription. I personally think Stadia only got Bungie, so when Project Spartacus come out, Destiny could be included. So what would make you say, okay, I want to pay, I don't know, $9.99, $14.99 a month for a subscription with games? Well, Xbox is able to say, in our subscriptions, you get Halo, you get Forza, you get games. So I feel like PlayStation, knowing that like the games you're saying, that people will buy them, right? Horizon, you're going to spend $70 or $60. You already know it. God of War, you're going to spend the money. Nobody's going to be like, well, it's not in the past. You're going to be like, dude, it's a great game, right? But something like, imagine if Sony had a subscription and Destiny was in there with all of its DLC. You'd be like, oh, man, you can still get it everywhere else. But if you wanted to, like for instance, Collins is going to play The Extraction, right? But guess what? On Game Pass, it's included. So you don't, with the subscription. So I personally think these studios is being bought. They're going to still let the games be everywhere, but they're going to put them in their personal subscription to give their subscription more value. And that's what I think.
But that's also why, like, case in point right there, why I think why Google wouldn't be able to buy Ubisoft, because Ubisoft wouldn't be selling, because they make so much money off of being multi-platform and being on the subscription base that they have, and then still pushing out their, in their own IPs from their own studios and things. So I don't know, like, it's like Google can buy them or buy someone, but I don't think they're in a buying phase to buy anyone. They're just right now trying to get more regions locked in.
I feel like everyone forgets that everyone started from somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's small studios still. Like, and there's still people trying to make it, and it's not about these like 8 companies that are huge that everyone just needs to acquire.
Xbox and PlayStation have been around both like what, 20 plus years?
Yeah.
Right.
So they got 20 plus years.
Everybody's like,
money.
They need to buy this and that, and but do they really? Like, most of the time it's strategy. Like, the only reason PlayStation bought Bungie was for their Bungie stuff, for like their Destiny.
So they could help them.
Yeah, because they had some exclusives in the past. Yeah.
Right. And Microsoft has a back end excuse to buy what they're buying. It's not necessarily the games. Like, and games are coming from. It doesn't matter if it's from the big people or the small people or whatever. It doesn't. It's gonna. It's
sustainable.
Right. So it doesn't matter to me. They don't need to buy anything. I'm not buying stuff. Like,
right.
Like,
I think also is just because one company does something doesn't mean that that's what that company believes in doing. Right. Some companies copycat, yeah. Right. Then some companies they're set in their ways and they don't. But at the end of the day, it's just preference, folks. Whatever you appeal to, you go and buy it. I mean, Dying Light was on Stadia, and I love my zombie games. I went and I got it. GFN, they push out some awesome graphics. I got it. And I love Stadia because no matter what, I think it's still the best tech out there. Instantly play, no downloads. I can't wait to play World War Z, and I have it on all the platforms, but I can't wait to play it with Suave on Stadia, man. I'm counting the days down for us to get into that. But
hey, you're gonna play it on the very difficult level, bro. Extreme. I'm just being real. I'm jumping in that thing with the hardest level on there.
I remember the time like where BioWare was my favorite game company. And where people didn't believe in Bethesda or Bungie or Xbox. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Microsoft came out with a game called Brute Force. And
I remember that game.
Everybody beat that game. Like, I mean, they just trashed that game. Like, I can't believe Microsoft would put a game like Brute Force out. I mean, I played it. I had my friends. My friends were playing Halo, and I was like, "Hey guys, when you get done with Halo, you want to play some Brute Force? Get out of here, right?
Oh man!"
But Microsoft started somewhere too, folks. When they was getting joked and people were laughing at them, and people. It takes time to change. It takes time to change.
And Ray, it sounds like Ray is still happening. Look at Crossfire X.
Oh man,
is that really that bad?
Yeah.
Oh
man, I wanted to make a comment related to something that Squid said earlier. He said that and quote me if I'm wrong. You said that those other companies like Ubisoft don't have to get bought out by anyone because they already making money from the things that they're doing, right? So like, what does that say is for Bungie and the company that Xbox bought out? I guess they wasn't making sales. You know what I'm saying? So, by your standard, what you saying? And I feel that because you're not gonna sell out.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say this: you're not gonna sell out if you're already making money. So if there's whatever price they come to, if you think that hey, my value is gonna continue to increase, there's no need for me to sell out. You're not gonna sell out. You know what I'm saying? Bungie obviously felt like, hey, this is a great deal. That other company, that Xbox is it Xbox or Microsoft? Whatever one, I think they're one the same. Microsoft. Obviously, they felt like, hey, it was a better deal for us because we see our numbers going under, so we need some money. So if Google is not buying anyone, they probably like, hey, we need to focus on something else. We looked at the numbers of everybody else doing something. They're lying. People are always lying about what they have in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. Even though Sony did this and Microsoft did this, they probably looking at their pocket like, man, I hope this fall through. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't spent that money.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm also saying too. They got to capitalize on those purchases.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got to make the money back. Yeah, but Switch,
an investment is an investment. It's just what it is. You hope for it to grow. You don't say, hey, I know this is gonna grow. No one's gonna sell you a golden egg when they know it's a golden egg. You know what I'm saying?
Squidge, one other thing though is let's say if they did, so I think what Suave was saying, which was cool, was Bungie made a statement saying that even though PlayStation bought them, they're still an independent company. So it's like, okay, well, why did they buy them? Well, I still think because it's going to be a part of Project Spartacus. But imagine if the same thing was for Ubisoft. Just, if they did buy Ubisoft, and Ubisoft still make games for everywhere, right? But if they bought them, then every time you bought a game somewhere else, then Google makes that money. And then imagine if Stadia Pro had Ubisoft Plus.
That's definitely plausible.
That'd be crazy.
I'm just saying they wouldn't do it. Just like in their position, they wouldn't do it. Just like how Epic Games or the people that make the Fortnite game, they wouldn't sell off themselves because they make so much money too off of just being their own thing, right? And being everywhere.
Well, we could say the same thing for Bungie, though. I think what Suave was saying.
Yeah.
Bungie got purchased, and they was making for everybody. But I'm just saying, imagine if
they're lining their pockets more, because then they'll be with Sony and everywhere else even more, and then have Sony exclusive stuff. So I mean,
but they had to do it though, because they money by themselves. They couldn't do it by themselves. So
no, they couldn't.
Once again, if you're not gonna sell out, if you got something going for yourself. You think if Sony came to Xbox and said, hey, we want to buy you out, you think they're going to be like, yeah, I think that's a great idea? No, they looking at it like, no, we good over here. We're buying other people out. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me make you an offer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, well, I think that deal was both ways for them, because another reason Sony got them was Destiny. Bungie has showed that they're really good at making multiplayer games. And what people always say about PlayStation, they don't have multiplayer games. So they're going to get their developers. Like, if you look into the deal, they actually paid over what Bungie was worth by a lot, but they gave people up front to not leave. So it was like, okay, we bought you, but now you could just leave. No, they paid them extra so they could keep their developers. So now their developers could become Sony developers, so they could help with Sony multiplayer games. And then on the other side, there was always talks about Destiny having like a movie or something. Now Sony Studios can actually help Destiny do what they wanted to do. So they're actually, if you look deep into it, it's actually helping both ways. So
Xbox did the same with Activision Blizzard. They paid $8 over the shares.
And that's what I was getting ready to say too, is that some of these mergers, some of these buyouts aren't exactly just because the company's tanking. It could also just be sometimes they do these things to take their company to the next level, for exposure, for other things in that nature. So I think that's kind of why they're doing that. Like I mentioned also on a couple shows with Cowboy, is that with Bungie, they've shown also, like in my mind, it should have happened a long time ago with the whole thing with Sony and Bungie. They've done exclusive content for Sony before, and they've consistently done that before. Jade Rabbit, the Strike on the Moon, all these different forms of content that they've done in Destiny 1 and 2. So I think that that was kind of like it helps them and their brand, and like you said, it helps them solidify their position to be able to say, okay, listen, now that we have this kind of financial backing, now we can go ahead and do the other projects that we had wanted to do before, but we couldn't because we were on our own. So I think that's that. I think for Activision and Microsoft, it's an interesting situation because yes, they're worth, what was it, close to like 70 billion, close to about that they paid for them. So it's like they were doing okay. Yeah, they weren't doing great numbers recently.
Activision didn't need any help.
That's what they want to put out there. I didn't.
That's the thing they did. It's all a merger, a business acquisition to take either some bring their content to other platforms. Imagine WoW on Xbox or WoW on other platforms and other things like that. It's all strategy and all just a ways to increase content, or just to be able to have even more resources to put out more content to get to other people. And there's a lot of strategy involved. And sometimes it's not always the company coming after the big company coming after the buyer, going after the person that they're purchasing. Sometimes it's these companies reaching out to the bigger guys and say, hey, let's make a deal. We notice that you have resources that we could possibly use. Let's talk. So we have no idea.
So let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. So when this big news came out, since we brought this up, and I remember it clearly, it was saying Microsoft bought out Activision. That's what they said.
But it was trying. Actually, that deal still haven't actually went through. But
they got until March of next year.
So for this example, let me just express myself. So like the deal haven't went through. Let's say the deal have went through. Right. You know, and based on what Maine said and everybody else, a few other people said, they're doing this to help their platform and everything. It could be that yada yada. Look, bro, I don't care what you say. And this, hey, I'm not saying this in the wrong way. No one's going to offer someone a large amount of money without getting something back in return that's going to bring that money back plus
absolutely. It's ROI.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if we're agreeing on that buying out part, I mean, if I own even 51% of your company, I own your company. You know what I'm saying? Compared to what, I mean, I have my say-so is higher. You don't have that equal say-so anymore. It's not 50-50 anymore. I have higher say-so on some things that you thought you had control of. It's not like that anymore.
Well, each deal,
that money comes with responsibilities.
Yeah, but each deal is different. So the Activision thing was because they had a lot of issues. Like a woman committed suicide. Like they had a lot of bad press. So they was doing bad. Like as far as video games, forget that. Behind the scenes, they was doing really bad with a lot of racism and sexism. They had a lot of issues. So they was actually looking to see if somebody could help purchase them. They actually went to a couple different people, and Microsoft was like,
no different than when WWE bought WCW, man.
So if that's the case, it had nothing to do with battling with other platforms. It had to do with clearing their name. Is that what you're saying?
I call the Activision Blizzard deal a good old boy deal. What was happening was Activision was in trouble. They were fine. They were undervalued, but they were like CEO wanted to get out because it was mainly pointed at him. And he was like, I want to not have this affect me and vacation on my islands that I own or whatever. He was like, I want the person to give me the best deal so I can get out. So they went to Xbox. They saw an opportunity in the company because it's Activision Blizzard who wouldn't take that. And they were just like, hey, man, you know what? We got you an island and we'll throw in a yacht. And you can just
throw that yacht in there.
You can
That's another good way
to
look
take your
at
company.
it too.
We'll take care of you. It'll be fine. You know, we'll take care of that toxicity. You be good, man.
But you got to step down. You got to step down.
But did you see this? They said when he stepped down, he's going to have so many millions of dollars. He's good. He's going to step down and be like, y'all just help me retire early. So
is that a bad thing? Like,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, I get
you're a scumbag. I guess it is.
Right.
Nah, I'm in my bed, yo.
I'm in my yacht. You know what I'm saying? Yacht. You know what I'm saying? No, bro. I called it a win on that, man.
Look at what Maker said. Maker said Platinum Games and Ubisoft already said they are open for talks with acquisitions. So acquisitions are inevitable.
Over time.
After that, they said they good.
Look, I'm about to go ahead and buy Ubisoft then, and then I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it to Google State for 1 cent. For my boy E King over there. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I would like to see Nintendo pick up Platinum. That would be good.
Yeah.
Nintendo getting
they
Platinum.
do Bayonetta, right?
Yeah, they're doing a Bayonetta 3 exclusively, apparently. That would be a good move for them too.
That would be
Ubisoft, I don't know. Or where they can go, I don't know. I think that is an interesting conversation because of the way that their subscription service is right now. And if you get to play it on both I believe either Stadia or Luna. It's interesting to me how they would somehow figure out a way to bundle that into NPC. So how will they bundle that into wherever,
and it's
they
coming
go.
to Xbox.
Yeah, so it's like it's interesting to me that they're talking about they want to be acquired, but they have seemingly money coming in from all different kind of sources. Now, if they can have some kind of sweetheart deal where they can still have all that going, but be under kind of like what Bungie's doing, that would be interesting. But I honestly don't see anybody like who would you. People say they want Google in chat, they want Google to pick them up, but who else could you see them going to? Honestly.
Why would Google pick them up when they're already getting most of their games?
Yeah. That's
the biggest
another thing too, guys. You guys got to understand that sometimes these big, huge budget games that come out don't hit the budget. Like Battlefield was a bomb.
Marvel Avengers.
Yep. That's a good point, Swab. And I love that game too. But
that can hurt. That can set a company back when you got okay. We got this game coming out, that one bomb. We got this game coming out, that one bomb.
But how much should we spend here? Too much.
Right.
It's true.
Hey, I'm gonna say a little bit something. Now I gotta go, guys. This has really been great. You know, I appreciate it being part of this. So many know. Well, y'all don't know. Well, we got that house, baby. It's all built up. We're moving in this thing now. Man. So
congratulations, man.
It's real nice, man. You know, the biggest house that I ever stayed in, and my kids ever gonna stay in. So awesome, I'm blessed for that. So hey, shout out to that. And man, it's been good hanging out with y'all guys, man. Cowboy, is it cool if I do some shout outs?
Yes, sir. But before you leave, I want to right before you leave, I want to switch gears and just talk about content creation, because you mentioned you like StreamYards more than Melon. So I wanted to switch gears and let us talk a little bit about content creation. Could you just go into that a little bit, just kind of like to kind of help segue? Why do you like StreamYards better than Melon? And
I can just clear that out in like what 5-10 seconds. Yeah. So I just said that, bro, because everybody was jumping on Melon stuff, and I was like, well, StreamYard is good too. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I just did it out of spite.
I'm actually,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I just did it out of spite because everybody was like on this Melon thing, and I'm like, yeah, that's a great deal. But
how much is StreamYard?
Still the same. It's
I ain't known Trebectus.
Free. Like King, what's really good, dad? You get the same thing free.
No, but I think what he's saying is Suave is how much is it? Meaning, if you did this, you would have to pay money because they all, to have more people. So they always got tiers, right? But I think the Melon thing became popular. Again, I never heard of Melon till somebody said, "Yo, it's $100 for lifetime." So that is powerful.
I don't think you understand me. I just said it because y'all was saying Melon, so I said something.
But I know you and I spoke. I just said the opposite. Sometimes you have issues with it. Like I think your background wasn't working a couple times or whatever, right? So I thought
I fixed that though. Now what else? What else you got?
So it wasn't Melon. It was on you.
No. It was Melon. But I went to Melon. I talked to them about it, and they fixed it.
Bro, they gonna debate. They gonna debate.
So you can't get me, bro. I told you stop trying. Stop trying.
I know for a fact you can do more with StreamYards, but for me, it's about the price.
Well, if we're gonna really get into it, look, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just be straight honest. So the price is good. You know what I'm saying? If I can find something with a better price and it's two competitors and they do the same exact thing, then I'm going with the better price. But if you asking me right now, because I use the free version of StreamYard, it doesn't bother me that watermark is in the top, and I don't have 10 guests on my shows. You know what I'm saying? So would that benefit me? No, the free version is still going good. You know, it's no big problem. What I dislike about Melon compared to StreamYard, now they may fix this later on, but you can't do the virtual background like StreamYard can. StreamYard, you don't have to download anything to your device to do the background that I got right here. You can just go on there, click virtual background, and then click your background that you want. Compared to Melon, I think you have to, do a workaround and do all this other extra stuff. Yeah, my boy E-King can have his background right now if we was on StreamYard, but we're not. We're on Melon, and he can't do that right now. So, you know what I'm saying? But do I think that both of them are great? I think both of them are great platforms, man. Now, you did mention earlier about you tried, this is like a long conversation a few minutes, weeks ago? You said that you tried to do gameplay on Melon and it streamed better. You know,
It's going to be a little smoother.
Yeah, compared to our experience with StreamYard. I can get with that because, you know what I'm saying, maybe if I want to just show my face in gameplay, without any extra equipment, that makes sense. And then the deal is there while it's here. Why not? You know, but I'm not downing. I don't want anyone to misunderstand anything I'm saying. I'm not down to either one of the platforms. I really just did that because y'all was just jumping on melons. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
he was
really just being the antagonist. Basically, what he's saying. He's basically
exactly.
I'm just
playing devil's advocate, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, the StreamYard is good too. Don't try to fluff it up like they reinvent the wheel. No, it's the same thing.
Listen, I use StreamYard for so long. I mean, listen, if anybody could talk about both, it's definitely me. I use StreamYard. I used the free version for over a year, and then I paid for a whole year. You know, so trust me, I know. And when I heard of Melon, I was so hesitant. I looked up so much videos on it first. Like, I'm more like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, but I need to know. And so when I decided to do it, that's why it's a good for me to speak, because for what I use it for, right? Because I don't know about the virtual background thing. That I don't know, right? So what I use it for, literally, it swayed me. I used it, and I was like, kept using it. I was like, oh man, I never went back. And StreamYards, I paid. It doesn't end for me until September of this year, but I still decided to stick with this. It just seems like it has a lot more features, or a lot more.
What you like. You like what you like. You know what I'm saying? Whatever works for you. Guys, I gotta go. Before I leave, I want to shout out a few people, man, if y'all don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to shout myself out. I want to shout out D-Man the Moon Man. Look up his channel. It's D-Man the Moon Man. Look, Win Star 715. Check that band out. And Cali Fett, I think it's 98. Let me see. Cali Fett 93. You know? So check those boys out, man. That's all I got to say. Until next time, peace and love, guys.
All right, man.
Hey, if y'all, also, on my next video, if y'all want to see me rough up Cowboy, leave me a description or something like that. Or send me a text or email like this boy did. You know, send me an email and I'll rough them up for y'all on live YouTube. Hey, y'all take care.
Congratulations.
Peace.
Yeah, congratulations on health, man. The cool thing, guys, you want to see Suave, his channel, The Climax, is in the description, so you guys can find them. Everybody on here, their channel is in the description, so make sure you check them out. You know, just go to the description, click on it, go to their channel, follow them, give them some love, subscribe to their channel. If you never heard of any of the guys on here, go check out all the channels. So yeah, let's talk about some content creation, guys. Have you found any difficulties streaming because you're Black? Is that just to get that out the way? Is that a thing as far as being a content creator, not playing video games, but being a content creator? Has that ever been an issue? I'll go first. Me personally, I never came across that. I feel like in the last, I don't know how many years, it's been easier for me for whatever reason. Like, and my wife is white, right? And but making content, I've been making content since 2011, right? And I haven't ran into anybody write something crazy on my video besides my wife was playing with our dog and our old ferret, and people was like, she's trying to feed the ferret to the dog. But so I've been lucky and fortunate to not have any type of issues, racist issues, as far as being a content creator. Has anybody had any issues? Has that been an issue being a content creator?
Never like because I was Black, but because like of like even like in months like these and situations, especially like the whole like Black Lives Matter thing and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I've encountered situations where like again, not because I was Black, but because of the narrative at the time. It was like, oh, like, because there was this big thing like for a while, like support this creator for like Black Lives Matter, support this creator for that. Like it was like for that type of narrative that was going on, right? At one point. That was like last year, the year before that, right? So it was because of that, not because of me or like me being Black personally. So it was like I was getting hate for that, like, oh, I don't want to subscribe to your channel, or I'm not gonna just watch you just because you're Black or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That was like the narrative for a point. So it was like, again, never because I was Black, but because of like situations like that. And that's like, again, few and far between, right? But yeah, that's all I've like really experienced myself.
Okay. Nice.
I wouldn't say I've had any issues either. I mean, and even though I've switched, because I was on exclusively on Twitch for a while, and then I moved over to YouTube, and I haven't seen anything at all, to be honest, and run into any issues. Of course, the comments that everybody's been getting if you stream on YouTube recently, the ones with the putting up the Russian text and whatnot, the bots. But yeah, other than that, like. I didn't get hate rated during my time on Twitch as I was transitioning over. I didn't get any of that. I did get some of the bots that people were talking about that were coming up, and I had to take some precautions to make sure that my chat was safeguarded. But I wouldn't say that I've come across anything that my race or my skin color has kind of made it more difficult or more of a challenge to put out content at all, which is I'm very, very grateful for. But yeah, I know that not everybody gets unscathed or comes out unscathed from this kind of line of work or business or enjoyment that we partake in. So I'm very fortunate that this hasn't happened to me either.
Nice.
I guess my answer would be nothing that I can prove.
Oh, no, the purple proves?
I said nothing that I can prove.
Okay.
So nothing that I like found, but I just find it interesting. I don't know. I just always look at the bigger picture of like who's popular and getting all the, all the subscribers and things of that nature, the big stars. Like, there's usually more white than black. And it's curious to me of why, and I don't have that answer. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
I see what you mean.
Accusing anybody, but I'm just curious of like, why is it that way? So, right. I mean, it's kind of like, when you apply to a job and you wonder why you didn't get it. You don't know.
Right.
You might have a good idea depending on the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But like,
I see what you mean.
When I did my podcast, I could look and I could see what countries I was popular at. And I was pretty good. It was half like USA and then maybe a lot in the UK. And it's just amazing. Like most of the friends that I've met on Stadia are mostly from the UK. They're from Europe. So, and it was just like, and I remember I talked to my mom, like, Mom, man, it's just amazing playing on this platform and meeting so many people from all over the world. I mean, I1 is from Transylvania, I'm like, who would ever, I'm playing with somebody that lives in Transylvania. I'm playing with somebody that lives in Slovakia. I mean, it's just blows me away. So cool, as a content creator, no, I haven't dealt with the racism or nothing like that. It's been really, really cool.
Yeah. Squids?
Yeah, luckily I've been also just blessed with just kind of, again, just not having to deal with it, but also just kind of with just the upbringing and just life and work stuff. I've dealt with it, and so I kind of got, like, I hate to say it this way, but just got tough skin and gotten used to it. I hate to say it that way too, but you know what I mean? Just rub it off and then just continue playing my games, enjoying myself, enjoying whatever I'm doing, really, because I grew up, like, I don't know, not too many African American folk where I grew up. It was kind of like very small amount of us there. So kind of just like, again, with that, just like I'd kind of just be sucked into the games that I'd be playing, really. So I didn't really get bothered by it. And then if people were saying stuff, I'd be like, all right, whatever, nerd. I'm just going to body you anyways. And then I do. It makes me even more mad. And then especially it's even more mad when they're more funny when it's like Super Smash Bros. Because, usually like right there sometimes, shit like that. So, or Halo. But I don't know. I just use that energy and just use that against them and body them even more.
That's cool. I think it's cool that it's it's being acknowledged now. Did you guys see months ago when Facebook put out a thing? And one of my white friends, they inboxed me and was like, hey, you should check this out. And they put out a thing stating that they are paying more money if you're a Black content creator, if you're a Black gamer. It's for gamers. So if you want to bring your game in to Facebook, they were just know that they were going to support you heavily and pay more money. And I thought that was really cool. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And if I was just starting out, I probably would have did it, but I was I like to put all my eggs in one basket. So I'm too, just like you, Maine. I was originally on Twitch for like 2 years, and then I came to YouTube because I had my, my family content was in YouTube, my reviews and all that, but my gaming was on Twitch. And I was like, I wonder what happened if I was to stream on YouTube, right? So I tried it, and guys, Bruce Campbell, the guy we all pretty much know now, he wrote me and was like, hey, I don't play games that much, but I watched your treadmill video. And I was like, oh, Mr. Urban World. He was like, oh, I watched your phone video. So these guys that I talk to pretty much every day of my life, I met because I decided to stream on YouTube. So I want to segue into what makes YouTube a good platform for you guys versus other platforms. Now, I know some people are also on other platforms, but and I'm not sure if YouTube is your main platform, but what is that? And Maine, I guess you could go because you.
Urban World. It's exactly why I moved over to YouTube. I want things to be done based off of meritocracy. I don't want to be paid for my skin color, my face. I want to be able to put in the work and know that I earned it. Like my transition from Twitch to YouTube was rough, and I was affiliate. I was making money and things like that, and I just felt like what I was doing, while it was still content and I was streaming, I felt like there was much more that I could give. And me being in the platform that I was at currently, it wasn't allowing me to do the things that I wanted to do. And I wanted to also be in a platform where I could do all of that at the same time.
Yep.
And so me coming over to YouTube was more of a challenge for myself also, to say, okay, listen, if you want to get to the status that you were on Twitch, you feel like you have more to offer with, then this is how you're going to prove it then. So work your way up, get to whatever you want to be monetized or whatever the case may be, but also just to showcase more of my creative side and do things more. And I want that to be my payoff, instead of saying, hey, this is how you look, you're marginalized, come over here, we'll pay you a little extra money, or we'll take care of you this way, or we'll put some backing behind you. I just felt like me coming over to YouTube was much more of a challenge and much more of a way to get my creative ideas out and do things on one centralized platform. And that's why I did that.
It's awesome. Ray, have you got a Twitch too, right?
Yeah, I actually started Twitch before YouTube, and I'm affiliated with Twitch. And then I said, wow, I actually did Mixer, Twitch, Facebook. There was one time I was doing them all at the same time, and it didn't work for me. And plus, I wasn't big then, man. I have like one person here and one person there. Hey, Facebook, hey this, and it just felt stupid. So then I went from Twitch, and then I said, you know what? I'm seeing people blowing up on YouTube, and I'll just do that. Now, the reason I'm doing the YouTube stuff, I got like, when I leave this earth and I'm in heaven or wherever I'm at, my kids have my daughter and my son got so much content. I got tons of stuff. They can watch me play my games, tell my stories, and act stupid. It's my legacy. Absolutely. Plus, I do this for fun, folks. Man. Like I said, man, I'm 48, about to be 49 on March 4th. I do this for fun, and I love putting other younger people on. That's why I love the SBC. I love Cowboy, because when Spectre came up with this, we were putting a lot of people on to help them. I used to have people like, hey man, I am scared to stream. We just got, and people would hit me up in my DMs, and I'm like, there's nothing to it, man. You should just try it. And now I'm seeing people, they surpass me, but I feel good because the thing that you can do, the greatest thing about your legacy is passing knowledge onto others and watching them do better. I want my son to do it. Hey, I got a house, I got a condo. Guess what? I want you to have 3 houses. I want you to have 4 condos. I want you to do better than what I accomplished in life. And that's what I feel with other content creators. Be an example, being positive, being a role model, and showing them like, this is what you can do and just blow up. And it's just SPG, my SPG, the
Look at them, man.
Spaceman's, Lee, all these guys, they're blowing up, and so I'm happy about that. And that's black, white, doesn't matter.
Right.
But I also agree. I agree with what's his name's Urban World. I believe that comment, man. I don't want to go somewhere because hey, you know, we're gonna pay you this amount.
Right.
Yep. You know, like nah, man. Nah, I don't believe in
that.
Yeah.
Ejimix, man, I want to bring you up real quick, dude. Talk about the young guns. Ejimix was 17, right? And then he turned 18, and he formed a clique of the young guys. They had a hit show. It was really cool to see your growth, and we know you was doing college and all that stuff. But it's just, I think what Ray is saying is just look at you and how you was just blowing up. You was on Stadia Source. You was working with the SBC. You was doing everything. You know, you like I said, created a show, and you guys had Brian from the Nerf Report on the show. And I remember, like, I ain't never, you guys are doing some great stuff, and it just shows that it's cool to look out for everybody. Like Ray said, the legacy, right? It's always up and coming people, and this thing it's great to just network and work with people and just watch people go, man, and show them blow stuff up. So I was excited just to be talking to Ejimix and know you, man, and all the stuff you're gonna do for our community and stuff. Being the youngest one, you know what I mean? Like your future's so great.
Yeah, that was really special, man. Like, I think most of the time, like, obviously, like, we're at that point where, like, me, Eli, and Legend, like, we're all with college and all that stuff. We're busy, you know. Eli's out here getting all the girls, and Legend's out here,
Legend couldn't even speak. He couldn't even speak on a microphone, dude.
Man.
Speak on a microphone, and look at him now, getting women.
Man, he's out here, man. Like we were actually just talking. I was streaming on Twitch like a couple weeks ago, and Eli and Legend always watch my streams. I always watch streams, but Eli came in, man. And when I tell you, it was the funniest thing. Like we were just like basically just trashing each other. It was so funny. We were just ragging on each other. But no, like our relationship, like I honestly like I love that we were able to meet through like the SBC and all that stuff, because like this is like a friendship that we'll probably have to like the end of time. Like we talk all the time. Like we're like we're really close, you know. So like even with like the show and all that stuff, like obviously we can't do it because of like life and all that stuff. But like we'll all like Legend's birthday was like I think it was last week. I posted like a screenshot from the stream that we had. It was just like, man, like we have so much content that we did. You know, we had so much that we did that we can really go back and be like, hey man, like this was hilarious. Like this was great. Yeah. And that Nerf Report episode was just like, man, that was like, I was proud. We didn't think that we'd be able to pull that off.
Oh man.
Like, we were like, hey, like we want to reach out to like Brian. You think he'll actually join? Like he'll actually come on the show? He's like, I don't know, man. He's kind of big, man. But now when he came through, and it was such a great episode, man. It was such a great time. But yeah, man, like this content thing, man, it's so fun. And actually, like I'll admit, I'm at the point where like obviously like last year, like I had to take my break and stuff like that. And I had to really kind of like switch gears with my content and just kind of figure out what I wanted to do and really like where I want to hone in. And since we're on the topic, I want to talk about the whole Twitch and YouTube thing. Like YouTube, I was doing like mainly right for the longest time. I just recently started doing the Twitch thing. And I think Ray was talking about legacy, and I really like that conversation we were having, because like I was really like, that was one of my main concerns with going to Twitch, because I kind of feel like that. I'm a big futurist almost. Like I really like thinking about the future all the time. So I'm like, man, like I'm gonna have all this content on my YouTube channel that I could be like, when I eventually have kids and like family of my own, they'll be like, yo, this is what your dad looked like when he was like 17, 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really like, I really love that idea, man. Like seriously, that was like my big struggle with going to Twitch. But like now I'm at that point where I'm able to do both simultaneously. Because I don't want to limit my content at this point. I want to like, the thing about YouTube is I like YouTube. I just didn't feel like I was like reaching my full potential with YouTube. I was kind of in this box almost. It was like, if you're in the Stadia community, you know me. But obviously I like more than just, you know, doing Stadia content. You know, I like there's more to me. You know, I like playing card games and doing things like that. So I feel like YouTube is the platform for me to express myself entirely, right? Twitch allows me to just kind of like do the streaming thing how I originally intended. Just stream, just to get on, talk, do whatever I want to do, right? Instead of having to worry about like on YouTube, like, okay, I got all these streams on my channel. When people come to my channel, if all they're seeing is streams, it's like, okay, I don't know if they're really gonna, you know, want to watch. YouTube is ultimately just a video platform, right? It's a vlog platform. So like for me, I see YouTube as that platform, just for me personally, where I can like really express that legacy thing that Ray was talking about, and really just explore all of my options and all the things that I like entirely. Just not with making, like, for example, I was doing Stadia. Like I didn't want my YouTube channel to just be like Stadia only and not and make, you know, other platforms like, or Twitch, whatever, like, okay, now I'm playing like Sifu and like all these other games that you wouldn't even expect me to play because all I was doing was Stadia on YouTube.
Right.
For me personally.
Well, the cool thing, Agent Mix, is when I was on Twitch, I would do I don't know if you noticed, but it's really cool. They have an archive feature, and you go archive your videos to YouTube. So it's like you could just stream on Twitch, but then a day later it will put your Twitch videos on your YouTube channel. So your people on YouTube, let's say, like, I'm really weird too. I know I was on Twitch for like 2 years, right? And I got affiliate 2 weeks before I came to YouTube, right? But I still came to YouTube. But I feel like I watch so much YouTube, and my friends who do Twitch, it's like I feel like it's another universe. Like like they're like, oh, check out my video on Twitch. I'm like, oh. But if you say check out my video on YouTube, I'm like, it's bad. So I was like, I gotta break this. I don't know why I'm always so one-minded. I'm like, once I get into a lane. But what was cool was I would just archive my videos to YouTube, and it's like, yo, that's pretty cool. So you can still do that. So that way you can, if you speak a legacy, like, hey, my YouTube channel has so much, but then it stopped one day because I started Twitch. No, just archive. Every time you make a video, go hit the archive, and it'll just put it over for you, and it'll be there the next day, and your YouTube channel will still grow with your library content.
Yeah. Cool. I kind of wanted to add a couple of things. Actually, I want to preface this by saying that I am not, and I've heard this before, right? There's kind of this underlying beef between Twitch and YouTube in a way, as far as the streaming community and things like that. I've never been too much for those kinds of conversations. I believe that everybody can go wherever they can go and they can still grow. And so I was an affiliate, and like I said, it was good. I enjoyed that experience, but things changed in my life and in my direction, and I decided to go my way, and do some other things. That being said, I don't knock anybody on whatever platform they go to. If Twitch is where you go and you want to grow, damn it, grow and thrive and do your best, and you know, hopefully you get the support that you're looking for and you enjoy it. Same for YouTube, Facebook, wherever you go, right? Because there's room and you can eat. But I will also say that I had a video that I put up that legacy was also my kind of thing too. So that was interesting that you said that too, Ray, is that I want my 2-year-old daughter, right, to check out a video of her dad playing all these games and giving his advice and helping other streamers or people do content and motivating. Maybe one of my videos will motivate my daughter one day, and my 2 sons or whatever. So that's another reason why I'm really much a supporter of YouTube in that respect. And I get it, man. There's so many different things and different avenues that anybody can go down. You can multi-stream. I did that for a little bit. There's other ways that you can reach everybody. It just depends on where you want to go, what works for you. And so I don't want anybody who may be watching. I believe Sean said he wants to go ahead and do content. First of all, you've seen everybody's responses. Do it. Don't wait. Just do it. Just do it. Put your content out. There's somebody out there for you. There's somebody out there probably waiting for you.
Exactly.
And you don't know. And you got to do it, man. Just do it.
There's an old Frank Sinatra song, I Did It My Way.
Absolutely.
Look, I did it my way. And that's the thing. It's preference. No matter. I tell this story a million times, but I got guys that I had worked with that were either PlayStation or Xbox. I got my car egged. They used to they'd tell me to shut up because I would talk about cloud gaming is coming and it's going to be in the future. And they would say, shut up. You know, now they're in the closet playing Stadia or playing GFN or playing something or playing xCloud. I'm like, wait a minute. You playing Stadia? I thought. And the thing about it is you have to do you. Don't listen. I get people always telling me, why am I streaming Luna? Why am I doing xCloud? Hey, I thought you was a Stadia guy. I'm going to do me. Just like my man here, Cowboy. Love Cowboy. He does not only games, folks, but he does life. He does like a vlog. He does his family. You get to see, you know, a lot of people, you know, they see Cowboy, but there's also Anthony who has life and he does reviews and he does so much stuff. there's so much other things that you can do too. You can talk.
Yeah.
And you can play games. There's a lot that you can expand your horizons with this content, which is
Absolutely.
cool. Yeah.
I think one of the good things Ray said earlier, he do it for fun. When I wanted to get my channel monetized, shout out to Josh Warren. He was the guy that challenged me. He said, dude, you got so much content. At the time I was streaming for 9 years. He said, you should get it monetized. So I said, let me set out and do that. And when I watched videos, all the pros said, find what's best on your channel, and that's all you do. Well, my reviews was the best on my channel. I got reviews that got 50,000 views on it, right? And I'm like, that's not all me. Like, I want to do because it's fun. So I always say to people, oh, why you do this? Because I when I turn the camera on, I'm first doing it for me. And I just want everybody to know that, because I spent so much time away from my family streaming, I have to enjoy it, right? So I do it first for me. I make content that entertains me, right? So I'm always laughing, joking. I play the hill. Some people don't like me, but that's me, right? Like I always say, I'm a wrestling fan, right? So I have my own little character and personality, still me, but I turn it up a notch, right? And then I just hope that, like Ray said, perfect example, you do it your way because there's somebody for you. So I hope the people who find my content be like, oh, the type of content I like, then they find it and they like it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. That's why I don't have a problem with, like, oh, you do this content, you do that content. I put everybody link. If somebody clicked on, let's say, Ejimix, said, oh, the Ejimix do sound interesting, and right now they clicked on his channel to subscribe and decided, I'm gonna watch his video and not come back. That's fine, because maybe Ejimix make content that you prefer more than mine. I'm not the gatekeeper of content, because we're all watching this like it's TV, right? You don't go to CBS and be like, oh, well, now I can't watch NBC, because no, you watch what you like. So we got to do what Ray said, though. You got to enjoy it. There's some people who doing it just for the money, and that's fine because bills got to be paid. But I don't know how much they're enjoying it, because they're putting out content they really don't enjoy, but they know it makes a lot of money. Because trust me, guys, I could change my channel into I Bash Stadia, and we already know it'll go. The Cowboy was diehard of Stadia, and now he bashing Stadia, and I'll just change the name to Stadia Bash Community or whatever. Put a spin on it.
But you know what? Hey, you know what? I don't knock nobody's hustle if that's what you want to do. People do a lot of people do clickbaiting, man, and that's their thing. I'm gonna do me, you do you.
Yeah.
It's important.
And that's kind of why I like making my own content here too, because it's like, I don't know, like with my channel, like people come to find like there's a mix of a lot of stuff on there, between reviews, podcasts, lots of gameplay. I got blessed enough to be now on the Stadia Dosage channel and making content on there, streaming on there too. Just been really nice, and just again, kind of with making content, like going back to it, just when you get to be yourself and just play the stuff that you love, hang out with people that you love to hang out with as well, it just happens. And like everyone's saying, you just got to jump into it, especially if you're thinking about it too, because it's only one way to know is to actually do it. So just like how Stadia is, like got to experience it, man. Can't just listen to all these people. But
I know Collins was going to stream after this, and we never put a time on this, but I think it'd be fitting. Let's just do 2 hours, right? We got like a little more than 15 minutes, and then Collins would do his stream. So let's do this. Let's start to wrap it up a little bit. I think this was great. It was awesome. I'm looking forward to another one. Just know, for the females, last year we did a Women's International History Month. There was a bunch of women on there. We look forward to doing it again next year. So we'll start promoting that, not next year, but next month. March is Women's International History Month. So, but let's start to wrap it up a little bit, but let's tie it all in. So we talked about, being a gamer. We talked about content creation, right? Let's bring it home a little bit and talk about why we like cloud gaming, why we like Stadia. Because it'd be kind of cool, because I do have to give Stadia its credit. I was talking to Maine. I said, look at it like this, Maine. We're doing this thing, one, because we're Black, right? It's Black History Month. We're doing it, two, because we're gamers, right? But the third thing is Stadia, because we did kind of meet because of Stadia. And I think it's cool that they're a small platform. They get bashed on a lot and hated a lot. And listen, like what you like, don't like what you like. But I think it's cool that I wouldn't have known all you great guys if it wasn't for the Stadia platform. So I kind of wanted to just talk about a little bit of cloud gaming, Stadia, why we like it, and you know, where we see the future or blah blah blah, if that's okay, and then we could like, you know,
Not a problem.
let Collins do his thing. I guess I'll start. I personally was, if you look further on my channel, I was diehard into remote play. Right, I've always been into my wife and I, if y'all don't tell, we're always going somewhere. I always say, bro, don't hit me up on the weekends, bro. I'm never home. Like we're staying somewhere, we're doing stuff, right? And my wife would be like, no, don't bring your PlayStation when we go on vacations. I'm like, and then plus I don't want to get it broken, right? So I always wish there was a way for me to play my games because I'm a gamer. I still want to go on vacation. Some people say, bro, you're supposed to enjoy vacation. There's downtime on vacation. I don't know if you know that. There's times my wife is sleeping and I'm up late. It'd be nice to get on with the guys, right? Especially when I was a diehard Destiny guy. So when Stadia came out, the option of, hey, the latency, you only need 10 gigabytes, right? I'm like, 10 megabytes, right? That's small, right? You know, blah, blah, blah. What they propose sound awesome, right? And fast forward to what they do is great. 2 weeks ago, I literally, this is a true story, I was playing Rayman Legends in the shout outs to Jack for the Winter Community Championship that's going on for Stadia, right? And it was ending at 9. We was leaving my wife's mom house at 7. That's a 2-hour difference. It's a 2-hour drive. I wanted to play the game, but I just started playing that day. I kid you not. A 2-hour drive, my wife drove, and I sat in the car with my cool little controller and my phone, and I played Stadia in the car. It never shut off for 2 hours. Now, it was a couple of times it slowed down, right, and picked back up, but it never shut off for a 2-hour drive. And I just think, like, I would have never did that with my PlayStation, right? Yeah, I could have played the Switch, but I wouldn't be able to play online, right? Like, I remember my daughter, she was in the car with me, and she couldn't get her Mario Kart. She had her Switch, and because I guess she needed the internet connection to connect it, and she was like, "Yo," I was like, "How can you not play Mario Kart? It's a game that that's downloaded on your system." But long story short, cloud gaming and Stadia gave me something great. It allowed me to be able to game wherever, and it changed me because now I'm not like, oh, if the graphics isn't this amazing, then the game sucks. And I used to mess with people. It looked like a kid's game. Now I'm playing Fast and the Furious. It looked like it is a kid's game, but I'm loving it. It's my favorite racing game of Stadia. So I just wanted to throw that in there that Stadia is means a lot to me, but the biggest part was the community. You guys I met because there's like a living, breathing community where people want to talk to other people and game with other people. And like right now, there's a winter community championship where the grand prize is like, I don't know, $500 or something. The summer one was $1,000. Somebody came out their own pocket to do this for the community to watch it thrive. So I'm thankful that I found Stadia because I found all you guys. I want to throw that out there.
You want me to go next?
Yeah.
Man, well, how can I start? I lost my best friend, like my brother, to diabetes, and we used to. I mean, to tell you how far back we waiting outside to buy the PlayStation 1. That's how far we go back. And so when he passed away, I said, "Man, I lost my multi-playing game buddy. I'll never." We used to talk about cloud gaming, but it wasn't even cloud. We were just like, wouldn't it be cool if we could play games like portable and just instantly play on a TV or something like that? And I was like, man, that ain't never going to happen. So now we, Stadia came, it was like a dream come true. And I've met so many people and so many people that have motivated me, like Rock and Clive, MM2K and Project Storm and Chase and Eddie. A lot of guys inspired me. And I went from losing a brother to have multiple brothers from all over the globe, and I can just hop on anytime and play. I mean, me and Colin, we was playing Extraction. Hey man, want to hop on and play Extraction? I was like, cool. Or playing with next. Yeah, I mean, just this community is awesome. I met so many brothers, so that's what Stadia has done for me. Plus, the tech is awesome, and I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna keep it at that.
That's awesome. And last night you guys was playing PUBG.
Sure was.
Yeah, me and Suave was playing, and that loser jumped off to play with you guys and left me alone. It's all good. Now he knew I wanted to watch wrestling with my wife, but he was like, "Yo, I ain't know Ray play this," and I was like, "Yeah, Ray play everything." He was like, "Hold on, I'm gonna hit them up," and that was cool. He just wanted to play with you guys. So
yeah.
Who wants to go next?
You know, I suppose I'll go next. I think for me, another great thing about cloud gaming also is the convenience. It's, for instance, I had a moment where you know, I took a break and I told my wife, I said, "Hey, you know what? I need some time. I need some me time for a little bit." So I went ahead and hung out at my mom's house for a little bit just to chill. And she ain't got the best internet. I'm always on her case about that. Mom, get it together. If you ever see this, but I played Destiny 2 on Stadia and I completed. I got my Thorn. I did the Thorn quest on my phone. Like it blew my mind. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, these people who I'm playing with have no idea that they're playing with somebody on their phone. You know what I mean? And it was just a dope feeling. And just to be able to say, like you said, whether I'm on a trip, whether I'm at the gas station, whether I'm waiting for my food at a restaurant, it doesn't matter. I can have access to some form of gaming content or some kind of way to play and interact with other people. Now we can stream straight from our devices and that nature from where we are.
Yeah.
It to me, that right there is what it's all about. I've always felt like I was hampered by cords and things like that. And to the point to where I told you before, Cowboy, I was always a handheld gamer because I always wanted it to be with me at all times. And so this tech and this way that allows us to play, man, it's like a dream come true to me. I don't have to worry about those limitations anymore, like ever. And I'll always be able to play no matter what or where I am. So yeah, that's I would say that's it to me, man.
Nice. Collins, you want to jump in there?
Sure. So I guess the reason why I got into Stadia is just because, like, I used to build my own computers and all that stuff, and it just increasingly gets harder and harder and more money and all that other stuff. So that's basically why I got Stadia, because I was like, I had decent computers, and when I went to the store, I couldn't find the parts because they don't really keep like old parts in the back, and like not all your computers are obsolete once they're a couple years old. You know what I mean? Like, it was just annoying to me. And so I got rid of all that. I'm like, I'm only buying laptops. And Stadia came around. I was like, yeah. So, and the community's dope. And I met all you guys and everything's, you know, it's awesome.
That's what's up, man. So who is we going? We going with the chill man or we going with the young gun?
Save the chill for the last.
Okay, well, I'm going then. And I always tell the story with Stadia, but like, you know, I wasn't playing games like, I guess when I got into middle school, man, I always said I discovered girls. I was like, you know, hormones raging, man. I was trying to do it, you know. I was trying to start living life a little bit, man. And I stopped gaming for a while, man. And Stadia and cloud gaming got me back into gaming, you know. It got me into content creation. I'll never forget, like, you know, seeing Stadia and like, I was like, what is this? Like, you tell me I can play AAA games on my old laptop? Like, are you serious? Like, it shook me, man. And I was like, and then I always saw it from a content creation standpoint. So I always wanted to make videos, right? And I was like, wait a minute, if I don't have to dish out all this money for a capture card and a higher end PC to stream and all that stuff, and I can use Stadia to do it, like, I can see something coming out of this, right? So that was what Stadia was ultimately for me, you know, being able to finally create content. It just reinvigorated my love for games, man. Just being able to enjoy games again. Just all in all, just meeting the community and meeting all the people. And I think somebody in chat, I think it might have been Stadia Pro Gaming, said, like, you know, Stadia and creating content around Stadia just helped them during the pandemic. Like, honestly, like, I can't imagine like where I would be at this point if I didn't like meet all of you guys, and like what I'd be doing today if like Stadia wasn't around and I wasn't making content, you know, just in general. Like, that pandemic was rough on everybody, man. And just being able to make content and really have something to look forward to every day and engage with, it was just like, you know, that was everything for me during that time. So
That's cool.
Just, you know, honestly, like he said, it saved my life, man, or his life saved my life too, man. You know, to be honest, man, it's just something that gave me something to look forward to, and it really got me going with this content thing because now I love it. I'm thinking about it almost all the time and every day. So that's what it is for me, man.
I love what Sean said, but this is real. Some people got caught up with that. You know, some people listen to, you know, some people.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I missed a year of it, man. Listening, you know, because it started, everybody was bashing it. You know?
Yeah. And that's kind of like with me a little bit because I missed out, to be honest, on becoming a founder because I went off of like some rhetoric that I heard from, you know, local colleague at work. And at my work, like I'm the person that could have signed up for it. Like I had there's a damn Stadia station set up in my work. Like a whole, like, you know how they had the Xbox or PlayStation things? There's a whole Stadia thing set up in my work. And I, you know, would walk by it every day. One day it comes by, I get this thing, right? This Chromebook right here for free from work. And I was like, I want a game on it. I want to play some Steam games. And, you know, I had to do it like this Linux way and it didn't work. And just, I don't know, just didn't work any other way I tried it. Then I came across like Stadia and I was like, oh, wait, there's Destiny 2 on here for free. And then I like Destiny 2. Let me try Destiny 2 here for free. I was playing it on my old potato PC, like talking less than 3 gigs of RAM, probably like overclocked to 2.1 gigahertz and like a really low graphics card. But anyways, played it on that, right? Worked buttery. Like I was playing like at a PC cafe or at my friend's house. I was just like, wait a minute, this isn't real. And then I was like, let me buy a game on here. What game did I buy? Buy Division 2 for $10. At that point, that's when I was like, all right, let me try this further. And I bought the controller, and then I got the controller. And after that, the controller that I got, the first one ever, right here, Wasabi. Ooh, spicy life for life, man. Spicy boy for life. Like, oh, this thing, it's like my hands are in like a Bacta tank whenever I use this. It's just my hands are healing from all the other games.
Reference, solid.
Yes. And just, I don't know, from all the keyboard stuff, from all of the playing instruments, everything, my hands just come to this and it's just, it's nice. And it just, that alone, after that, and then just the experience of Stadia and just having the convenience, playing whenever I want to play, playing with my brother on Division 2. He played PC, and that was when I found out there's crossplay on there, and I was playing neck and neck with him. I was waiting for him to load into the zones. It's like, hey, where are you at? Oh, I'm loading still. Wow. Oh, okay. I'll just sit here, go to the bathroom real quick, get some water. Do the litter box as well. More stuff. His stuff is loading. Oh, he got an update. Oh, now I can go clean my whole house and then come back and play Division 2 later. So that's why I love, again, Stadia. Just the convenience alone is just, it reigns supreme. You just hop in, play whenever you want. New update came out, Cyberpunk update. Hop right in. Didn't have to update anything.
I'm playing hours, man.
Solid.
I was playing for hours still.
I'm at like 200 and something hours in Cyberpunk already.
Oh yeah, it's solid, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's why I love Stadia, though. It's too easy to get into games and to play longer than you should. Is the problem.
I will quickly. I want to add this one last thing. Last year, I've been playing Stadia for a while, but I never got into the community as far as like getting on Twitter. I got on Twitter very recently, and I will say this, that I have yet to be in and this is real, and I've been playing games for a long time. I have yet to join a community like Stadia that has been so welcoming and open and very supportive. I have never been in any other kind of community like this before, and so it was very sometimes jarring at times, because I would post something and I would see the kind of traction it would get, or some, the support and the shout outs, and I was like, wait a minute, like what is this? You know what I mean? Like at first I wasn't used to it. And so honestly, I would say that towards the end of last year, Stadia and just the community around it, like look at where I'm at right now. Like just real talk. Look, I'm right here on this panel of other gamers and other creators. And I never would have thought that me being here would have some kind of be basically Stadia be the reason for that kind of opportunity and this kind of support that I've been given. So that's another thing that I think is just, aside from the gaming aspect, the community aspect is what really continues to surprise me and really intrigue me. It's very, very fascinating too. So I want to say thank you to the community, for all the people involved, whether I've met you, whether I haven't met you, because this is one of my favorite communities that I've ever been a part of. And I don't know what would have happened, what other opportunities would have come my way had I not, joined. So thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is definitely he said make Stadia Pro Gaming a mod. Guys, this has been awesome. I want to pull this up real quick so you guys can see this. I was hovering over it for a minute, but this is the link, guys. Jump into Colin's stream. He's going to be streaming next. Collins, you're going to be streaming some Extraction, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Guys, check this out. Bam! This is Colin's page right
Look
here.
at that thumbnail, man.
Yeah, look at his thumbnail.
Crazy,
You can't
Come
miss
on.
it, man. So what I want to do?
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Listen, I see it's 23 people right here. It would be nice if a bunch of you guys show your support, man. So in the description, there's everybody's channel, right? Make sure you get to click on everybody's channel and subscribe to them, support them if you can. Colin is going to be streaming right after this. I would love to see his, the count of people watching. Just jump right over. Collins, if you got room on your fire team, I told you, anybody who's streaming today, if you guys are doing a multiplayer game, I'll definitely join. I'm probably gonna die a lot, but you could walk me through it.
No, you're fine. Well, we can go to the beginning parts. I'll do whatever. It doesn't really matter. Cool. If anybody wants to jump in, let's go.
Definitely. So I'm gonna jump in with Collins. We're gonna be rocking some Extraction. But I would love for you guys to click that link. It's pinned in the description. Jump over. And then also, let me throw this out there. So Collins will be streaming. My guy Maine is going to be streaming at 4 p.m. Eastern. And Squids is going to be streaming after that at 5. Chariot Man is going to do a stream later on at 10. If you guys just come to my channel, I know Squids, once you start streaming, Squids, I'll link your because I know you're going to do it direct streaming. So you're not going to create an actual a link. But once Squid starts streaming, if you guys forget his channel, whatever, because it's in the description, guys. Everybody's in the description. But just come back to my channel or the Stadia Bash community channel. Every time somebody stream, I'm going to add it to the playlist. The playlist is at the top of my channel. It's at the top of the Stadia Bash community channel. You're not going to be able to miss anybody streaming today because their stuff will be linked on 2 different channels if you forget that it's linked in here, right? So you guys are going to be able to follow up with everybody streaming today. But definitely support everybody. Definitely, jump on these streams today. This thing isn't stopping with the podcast. It's going to continue to everybody who's going to be streaming. So want to thank everybody who was in the chat. You guys actually helped give us things to talk about, which was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, the chat was on fire. They came up with some topics. We just went with it. I want to thank everybody that was on here. Ray, Colin, Squid, Suave, Ejimix, Maine, also MM2K wanted to be here. Chariot Man Gaming wanted to be here, but he'll be doing stuff later on. Like I said in the beginning of the show, thank Rev, thank Bippity, thank JD, and also other people. Project Storm, any other Black content creators that's been putting on content for people to watch. And there's people out there that might want a hero that looks like them, right? We see what Black Panther, how successful the movie was, because little kids are like, oh wow, it's a superhero that looks like me, right? So we're all different diversity. Look at Shang-Chi, right? A lot of people was able to connect with him. Oh, it's a superhero that look like me. Mm-hmm. So it's just good for us to celebrate Black history and just give people the outlook that, hey, everybody is able to be a content creator and to be a gamer. And if we could do it, anybody could do it. And it's not just limited to Black, white, it's limited to zero, because it's for everybody to be able to do what we just did today. So, I'm thankful that you guys came on. You guys got any last things you want to throw out there, you want to say? I would love for if you guys any last words. Each person want to go, and I want to, could pull you on the screen and let you do your thing.
I'll say something.
I definitely know Ray is the ambassador of the community. So
stop it. I just want to say, guys, ignore the toxic. And I know a lot of people talk about Stadia, a lot of people talk about GFN. Everybody has their own different preference. Everybody has their own different what games they play, what platforms they play. Life is too short to be sitting here bickering and fighting over games and platforms. Enjoy, have fun. That's all I got to say.
Awesome. Anybody else?
I'd like to say something really quick.
Nice.
Once again, I appreciate everybody for having me here. I also want to say that, just like Ray was saying, play what you play what makes you happy. And if you want to create content, create content. There's a space for you no matter what. And there's people out there who are out there waiting to support you. And speaking of support, I did want to give a shout out to my brother-in-law. He made this. He has a clothing line called Hot Shots Apparel. So I wanted to show him some respect and some love. Just to show some support, as far as, especially for Black History Month, show your support to any Black-owned businesses that you know or that you have out there. Support, but also just understand that we get through life together, and it's best that way. So do your best to take care of yourselves and each other, because we're all we've got, man. That's it.
Awesome. What about the king?
Yeah, I'll say something.
Awesome.
I just want to say, I want to give a big shout out to the whole community, man. Y'all really y'all changed my whole perspective on things. Y'all gave me a scope into the world. I have friends, I think Ray was talking about, we got friends in the UK. I've really seen different perspectives from everybody. And I really appreciate that, man. Of course, Black History Month, if you're Black, even if you're not Black, do your history, learn, go beyond, expand your knowledge. That's always a big thing. Of course, this consecration thing, man. I gotta, say it just like everybody else. It's fun, man. It really gave me something to look forward to. It gave me something to strive for, something to, dream about. Do it, man. Do it. Please do it. If you're thinking about it. Of course, please support all the creators of the stream. Support everybody in the community, man. It's nothing but love, man. It's all love. We love each other. It's real, man. That's all I gotta say. Appreciate y'all.
That's what's up, man. Collins?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for listening to me during this. This has been a dope time. Happy Black History Month. And I'm gonna be rocking with Stadia till it DIEs.
That's what's up.
I said that yesterday.
All we missing now is a West Side from Collins.
Squid, you want to take us out of here, man?
All right, yeah. Let's see. Well, thank you guys all for watching and being a part of the show today. I know there's been quite a lot of people popping in here, so thank you all for taking chunk out of your day and listening to us all, talk about our passions and things that we've gone through and different things. If anything, life is short, like Ray is saying, and you can either spend it, crying and complaining, or you can be gaming. And that's what I'd be doing, gaming. So I'll complain sometimes. You'll hear me complain a little bit, but not too much. But I think that's natural, right? But no. If anything, try to just be as positive as you can. Enjoy the games that you have. Enjoy the friends that you make from these games. Because again, I've met so many different people, so many different backgrounds. I can pretty much, at any point, just reach out to someone and be in an hour or a couple long hours conversation, and just it's a good time. That's all this community is all just all these different gamers, all these different backgrounds. We all have either been gaming heavily, or we stopped gaming. Something, right? Something happened, some life thing happened, but what matters is that we got pulled in together with Stadia. And I mean, Stadia is just, again, convenience factor. You don't have to worry about having a US or EU account or any other thing. You just play the game, right? So, but that's again, one big thing I can't express enough is just the community and the convenience factor of Stadia, and just knowing all these great people. But that's all I got.
That's what's up, man. Well, guys, thank everybody again, everybody in the chat. We're going to get out of here. Jump over to Colin's channel, guys. Remember, the link is pinned in the comments, so just jump on over. Me and Colin's gonna be over there shooting up some aliens.
I'll be
and
eating breakfast and watching.
Just give me like 2 minutes and I'll be on.
I have not had breakfast, folks.
Yeah, me neither.
Gotta get ready for work now.
I got mine right here.
Oh, there you go.
Look, it started at 8 a.m. here for me.
You guys can all click on there and be on his stream now. So you could be waiting, and he's gonna fire it up in like 2 minutes. So we're gonna be on there. All right, guys, take care.
Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
Wow. Happy Black History Month.
Yes.
Hey.
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!
All right, guys.
All right.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed that.
That was
Wow, that was awesome.
I think